Round 1. Fight!
What's up, guys? Matt here coming at you with a little bit of a tire comparison video. I know there's a lot of people that's been looking forward to one of these videos, and it's a lot to put together. So basically what I did was, and you'll see here, I started with these stock tires on the deadbolt. So I'm just doing this one climb here with each set of tires, and then I'm going to try to break it down into maybe kind of like a tire series and just do a full video for each set, maybe, because it's just too much trying to do several different climbs and tests with all of these different tires. So this is kind of a one climb with each set, and then sort of my thoughts on all of the basically RC4 drive tires toward the end. So you'll see here the stock tires are horrible. I struggle and struggle here for a good couple minutes, and I left this clip completely uncut so you could see that I didn't just put, the fails in there. I really did try with these tires, but it's always been the same case. So first thing I do when I order a truck is I get wheels and tires and a few other things. But to me, probably your best single upgrade right off the bat is tires, and then go from there. There's a few other things the trucks need, but tires are very important. So there's not a lot of difference between the 1.0s, honestly. A lot of it is the size of them and the look that you want. So I'll let you take a look at each tire climbing this hill and kind of get an idea of what you think, and we'll go from there. Let's check it out. This is the RC4 drive Wranglers mounted on the stamped steel bead locks with foams in all four. So I've had really good luck with the Wranglers on my course here. I run them on my Toyota all the time, and I have this set here that I kind of bounce around between trucks. They're actually on the Panda right now, and they just have a good overall size to them and usually seem to hook up really well. So you can see they did pretty good on the climb there. Quick little disclaimer, guys. With the Patagonias, I wasn't able to get the brass weights out of these wheels because when I got them, they didn't fit very well. I put a dab of glue in there and so they're in there pretty good. Just to show y'all what I'm going through a little bit here. I knew this video was going to be a pain, right? And which one was it? One of these, I had like the worst time getting the weight out of my wheel. Okay, that's the main problem with doing this, is I've got weights in almost all my wheels. Some of them, like these, fit very tight. So you can see where I beat on that weight trying to get it out. So I had this Allen wrench in there, like wearing it out. Broke the wrench and cut my tire a little bit. So I had to put a dab of glue around that, just so you guys know we're going all out for it. But I didn't really feel like destroying these wheels, so could be a little advantage for the Patagonias, but they are a really good tire, period. So if you like the look of them, don't let this fool you. They are a good tire, with or without weights. All right, these are the RC4 drive Patagonias. No foams in the rear, and like I was saying, I couldn't get the weights out of the wheels. So I really like the size of these. They're kind of like the Wranglers, a little bit bigger. They fit really well on my Jeep. They would probably also fit well on my Toyota, and even the C10 could run these, just with a little bit of cutting on the body. But they're a great fit for the deadbolt here as well, and they do really well. My Jeep is probably one of my best crawlers, honestly.
It's the TSL Super Swamper or Bogger with no foams in the rear.
So I run these on my C10 full time and love them. They do well outside as well as in. So you can see they're pretty dirty from the last time I ran them, which was out in the creek. They did really well on the wet, slick rock, and overall just do well anywhere I've put them so far. I may try cutting a set of these eventually. A lot of people cut them. I just haven't did that yet. So we may try to cut a set up and see how they do. So these are the new RC4WD drive Thornbird tires. I'm running no foams front or rear on these tires. They're a little stiff, it seems, right out of the box or package. So I put no foams in them at all, and man, did they grab and go. So I am super excited to get some more time in with these tires because they could possibly quickly become a favorite. I think you can tell right here on the climb, they just hooked and went. Now, maybe when they get a little dusty, that sort of thing, they won't do as well because they're brand new. But, I mean, man, they did very well with this climb. So I'm excited to get these on one of my trucks permanently and get some more time with them.
Okay, this is the RC4WD drive Rock Creepers mounted on the stamped steel beadlock wheels with the hex flip. So they're a little wider, which is probably going to give it some trouble on this climb because the wider you are, the harder it is at the top. And it don't seem like the truck's lining up well for the climb here. The rear links are not wanting to clear. It's got to be the longer rear links on this deadbolt because my C10 will go right up this with the creepers. I've never struggled with the creepers on this. This is painful to watch. Like, that's unbelievable. I cannot believe that. The creepers are honestly one of my favorite tires. They go anywhere on this course. But they're not hooking right with this deadbolt. If I could get my servo to do anything, it would help. And see, there's where the width hurts because that rear driver's side tire is just hanging off, not catching anything. And then no servo power there to move the truck at all is kind of tough. That was very surprising. So these are the stock wheels and tires off of the Panda Hobby Tetra, the Bronco you've seen on my channel. These are weighted out of the box. I've never put these on the SCX24, so I'm pretty curious how they're going to do myself. They are definitely on the hard side, so that's why they're probably going to struggle. I took the Panda to the creek straight out of the box with these on, and it did not do well on the wet slick rock with these tires. So I've already swapped them out for the RC4 drive Wranglers. Stock servo really struggles to turn those bigger tires. I'm turning left there and it's doing nothing. You can see that. And that's the servo saver cranked down pretty good. I haven't glued it because I'm not going to use it. I'm going to take the servo off. Getting some rub there, throwing us off a little. As you can see there, the bigger tires do a little better in this spot because they don't fall off in that hole on the driver's side as easily. They're just a little harder compound, so they don't want to hook and pull over this last crest here. I really wish that they had put a better compound on these tires because for a stock tire to be weighted out of the box on the Panda, that's really cool. But they should have picked a better compound. They're just not very good. These are the stock tires from the Enduro 24, which are the same as the RGTs. I think they're also on Bang Good for cheap. These are not a half bad tire for a stock tire. They're very small and no foams. They're vented, but the size of them really hurts. You'll see here in a second, the truck gets right here, and I just can't get past that hole that the driver's side's going into. You can't really tell from this angle, but there's a pretty big hole there. And if you get off into it, you're pretty much going to roll over. And these small tires just have no chance right here. Boom, she's gone. This is the stock C10 Wheeling tire. So this tire is definitely, in my opinion, the best stock SCX24 tire. You can see there, I mean, they do pretty well for stock, honestly. They're nowhere near as good as some of the RC4WD drives, but I would say you could cut some lugs and maybe soak them in some WD-40, that sort of thing, to soften them up and actually have an okay tire, I would say. So with a little weight, they probably would be even better. I've never ran these with any weight in them. I always just take them off. But I think you could get some places with them, whereas most of the stock tires, the Jeep and the Deadbolt, they just don't do much of anything for me. These are RC4 drive Scramblers on the Rage beadlock wheels, running foams on all four. These are the biggest tire in the bunch, really the biggest 1.0 tire, and I would highly recommend running foams in all four because you can, I think you can see that, but that tire's already given right there. They have very soft sidewalls, so any kind of spot where you're in a bind like that or on side hill, they want to fold quite a bit. Oh, it's slipping. You can see where the larger size there paid off. Some cases it really helps. Some it can hurt you. All right, so here's kind of my thoughts, and I'm going to try to make this quick because this video is super long, but it's all I could do to test the tires on one climb and get some info in here. So all of your stocks, I mean, you're really not watching this to see how stocks do. C10 are the best for sure. Then you kind of got like a mid-size or the huge. The Scramblers, I feel like anybody that needs these just needs these. If you need a big tire for something like this, then the Scrambler is what you need. And then you have these mid-size is what I kind of call these. You can see I have them on my Jeep and this Yoda. I just really like how they fit. You can run these on the C10 also. They're just a little bigger. You have to do a little cutting, that sort of thing. Just wasn't my style for the C10. I prefer this line of tires here for the C10 for sure. Super Swampers, Rock Creepers, and definitely these new Thornbirds. I can't wait to get these on and run them full time and see how they do. And then I've just not had any luck with the Rock Crushers or the Rok Lox. I've mounted these Rok Lox 2 or 3 times now because I've needed tires here or there before I got a huge amount of tires. And I just end up 5 minutes later ordering a new set because I hated them. They wouldn't do anything on my course. Neither would these. Okay. So these two are small. If you're looking for something small, you know, you can go with that. But I didn't have any good luck with them. These kind of mid-range, small, whatever, are all pretty good. The Patagonias and Wranglers are definitely a little bit bigger than these. Not so much these Swampers here. They're pretty good size, but you can see the Thornbirds, Creepers. So the biggest part of it depends on your setup and what look you want to go for. I'm going to show you the difference here between foam and no foam. So this tire has foam in it. So you can see I'm just resting that on there. Hopefully you can see how that tire is giving a little bit. Okay. Resting on there, you can just see how it gives so much more. So I run no foam in the rear so that it'll really kind of shape to what it's pulling on and pull you up. I run foam in the front because you don't want to be losing turning radius. When you're trying to turn, you don't want your tire just giving out. Okay. So that's why I always run foam in the front, none in the rear. I don't vent any of my tires, so this is almost like it's kind of running on air. So I don't know. That's another thing. You can vent, not vent, whatever. For these, I don't bother. Most of the time, I don't vent any of my tires anyways. I don't like to vent them, but that's a whole other thing. And then you can soak them in WD-40, try to loosen them up a little bit, whatever. I haven't did that with any of these. You can definitely soak them in WD-40. I usually just kind of spray a toothbrush and then brush it on, let it sit, and then you can run it and you can do it again, and they'll soften up a little bit, but it's for something like these stock tires, it's really not worth it. So yeah, overall it just comes down to what look you want. You know, what tread pattern. I really like the tread pattern of these Wranglers for my Toyota. I like the Patagonias on my Jeep. I cannot wait to run these full time and see how they do overall. They did really well in my little test there, so I think they're going to do pretty good overall. I was thinking about doing a video, like one video per tire type. So just put these Thornbirds on and run my entire course for a video. Just let you see how it does on my course. And then put the Swampers on and run the same course, you know. And just make this a video on its own, this a video on its own, the Wrangler's a video. And that way, if you're looking at a Wrangler, you can click on that video and see how it did for me. Whereas this, I was just trying to get one quick little climb in so you could see a little bit about them and then give my opinion more so than anything. I don't do straight incline, like rarely ever do I do that, because I just don't care what it will climb up a board, like, you know, straight up a hill or something. Really don't matter to me. If you want to see that with one of these, let me know. I don't care to, you know, do one, but to me, it's more about what I'm running on. So that's why I always go to my little indoor course, because that's usually where I run these. Sometimes I'll take them out, dabble outside with them a little bit. And really, all of these right here, Creepers, haven't ran these Thornbirds outside yet. Swampers, Scramblers, Wranglers, Patagonias, all have did well outside, okay? And I feel like these would do pretty well. These, you could cut these and they'd do amazing, I'm sure. But, so, outdoors is a whole different thing. So you may have a different experience than I have. But on my course, it's kind of how I feel. These are great. So I don't want to drag this out any longer. This video is crazy long. I apologize. Just let me know if you have any questions on anything, and I'll try to do what I can. I appreciate everybody watching. Peace.